Hey, welcome back to the LeBauer Show. I'm going to talk today a little bit about leads, funnels, conversions, and how marketing is like dating, and dating is like marketing. It's really kind of funny. I'm totally unscripted. Hopefully this comes across the right way because it should, because there's lessons in life, So I was just thinking about, I did an episode on what I learned about business. I learned racing bikes, and been talking to some friends and clients about dating over the last few years. Because I've been back in the dating pool for a little over 2.5 years. And it is like dating's a funnel. But also business is a funnel. And, I think the interesting thing is I'm not going to talk a lot about dating today. I'm going to talk about marketing and business. But I'm going to put it in terms that should hopefully make sense. I think the number one mistake most physical therapists make is trying to get laid on the first date. And I say that in that you have a button on your website that says book now. So you're asking someone to commit fully now, and they haven't even met you in person. It's like trying to get laid just through a dating app without even meeting in person. So how's it work in dating? You get on an app, or a friend introduces you. Maybe you meet someone out in public. Look, dating, you've got Bumble and Hinge and Tinder. On business, you've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the internet, the World Wide Web. You got ads. Hey, you can get dates from those platforms too. I have. It's kind of crazy. Okay, we meet them there. We have a conversation. Let's say I'm out in public and I see someone at a wedding, and they're like, "Oh, I've never been able to raise my arm over my head for years because of my shoulder." And I can talk to him and be like, "Hey, why don't we get you into the clinic next week for a free consultation?" That's like on a dating app, you chat back and forth and you're like, "Hey, sounds like we have a good vibe. Why don't we meet up for a drink this week? When are you free?" Oh my gosh. You chat, you talk, you see, do we have the same values, vibe, alignment? I'm not talking politics, on the first date, but, I'm like trying to figure out, does this person have a good vibe? Can I solve their problem? Like in the business, I'm like, can I solve your problem? If I can, great. Let's talk about how that happens. Then you go from the first date to maybe a second or third. And then depending on where you are on the spectrum of life, you're going to start either getting serious or getting in bed. And maybe it happens a little sooner. Every once in a while, someone is going to book an eval from your website and be like, "You're the best person I've ever seen. This is amazing. I can't wait. I can't believe I haven't found you before." And, sometimes you're going to have a full schedule and even a waiting list. Maybe your prices are too low. Maybe you're not marketing hard enough. God, if you had a wait list, just imagine if you hired on someone else. I'm not going to go into other analogies beyond that, but I think the main thing I want you to understand here is that marketing is like dating. How many of you would ask or be okay with someone asking you, straight up off their dating profile, "Hey, let's get into bed"? I know I've looked at Reddit. Dudes do this all the time. They make my job as a marketer easy. New business owners make my job easy because they're just trying to DM you and ask you to buy their shit. You go to networking events. I hate this about networking events. 15 years ago when I opened my business, was it 20 years ago when I first opened my business in Greensboro, I'd go to these networking events and all people wanted to do was sell me their own stuff. When I went there, I was like, this is networking. I'm here to network and meet you and see if we have mutual connections. I'm not here to buy your shit. But that's what people think a networking event is for. They think that other people are there to buy their shit. Just imagine going to a singles mixer. Those people are like, "You're here to have sex with me, right?" No, I'm here to get to know you and see if we like hanging out. Marketing is just like that. it's almost like if you wouldn't do it in dating, don't do it in your marketing. If you wouldn't roll up to your neighbor's house and ask Miss Jones if her daughter's home and can you take her out and, have sex with her, why would you roll into a gym or studio to the owner and be like, hey, I'm really good at treating back pain. Can I teach a workshop here? I actually had a massage therapist send me a letter when I first opened my PT clinic. I was probably about a year into business. And the letter said, hi, Dr. LeBauer, my name's so-and-so. I specialize in plantar fasciitis and foot pain. I'm really good at treating plantar fasciitis. So you should send all your plantar fasciitis patients to me. And I'm sitting here going, this person doesn't know who I am. And they think I don't treat plantar fasciitis. I was like, I treat plantar fasciitis, and it's not just the plantar fascia that's inflamed that's the problem. I'm gonna solve the problem. I never sent that person any information or any patients because that's not the way you go about it. Okay, so dating analogy, it may not be over, but I'll say there's a couple other things about the dating thing that I do want to bring up that is interesting. As a guy, when you're dating, as a woman, I know this, if you're ever on dating apps, maybe if you're in a partnership and married, I hope you don't have to get on dating apps, or you're in a committed relationship, you don't have to use them. But as a man looking for a woman, you have to get lots of no's. You have to swipe lots of times. As women, you get lots of men. There's more men on dating apps, right? And they have lots of prospects, but you still have to sort and filter through them to make sure you find the right one. Marketing is like that too. You got to go out and get a bunch of no's. And you might get a lot of yeses, but you definitely don't want people in your business who are the wrong people, who are bad apples. You have to filter them out and you have to be willing to say no to them. I've had to do it in both my businesses, and I've not done it in both of my businesses. And each time it's hurt. It's either hurt me to tell someone to say no because I don't really want to tell people no, and also hurt to tell people yes who didn't belong. In both places, bad reviews, other clients left, etc. Relationships soured. You don't want that. You need a good filtering system as well. One of my good friends and longtime clients, Jess Jenny, who's a great marketer and affiliate marketer and email marketer. She's awesome. She even started a dating company. It's like the anti-dating app. It's what's it called? The band. I need to do this justice. It's called the Bold Band. And it's a band that you wear, not like my watch, but a band that you wear on your wrist. And it's in testing. Hopefully she doesn't mind me talking about it, but it's and she's testing it out. Just I think she said she took a bunch of bands to a event and was like, hey, let's match together. I think it's an amazing idea. Because it's about creating connections and creating leads and creating, getting in front of people face to face. Everyone asks me, Aaron, I need more new patients. What's the best way? I'm like, get in front of people face to face. I just taught this in our Cash PT Blueprint program for the marketing module. Get in front of people face to face. But you know what? Doing a workshop, it takes lots of time to put it into face to face and get in front of people face to face. It's definitely worth it. The quickest way is to get in front of people face to face on Facebook and Instagram. I think that the number one myth people have about growing a physical therapy business is that you just need more new patients. You don't actually need more new patients. You just need some of the right patients. But what you really need to do is you need to get in front of people face to face and be willing for them to turn you down and say no. And that's one thing that I've learned in dating is that it's okay to get turned down. It's okay to get stood up because that's part of the game. And if you're worried about what people are going to think, you're going to get stuck in a bad relationship. If you are willing to tell people what you think and what you believe and go all in, on what's right for them and what's right for you. And you got nothing to lose and only everything to gain. So here's how you generate leads. Okay. You create something. You have something that people want that solves a problem. In dating, it's companionship and intimacy. In business, it can be, I need a 3/8 inch chamfered metric wavy washer, and a nut. I was trying to turn something super crazy. 3/8 inch 5mm M5 hex head, flat countersunk screw. Okay. Or it's, and so Home Depot has that. They solve that problem. In your clinic, it's, I've got back pain. It's keeping me from working out, lifting heavy, and going to CrossFit and competing at the event and feeling like a strong, confident role model for my kids. Who can solve that problem? I can solve that problem. Can you? Yeah. Okay, great. We got to go find those people. And we have to speak to them in ways that they understand that you have the solution to their problem. Because you see, the bigger the problem you can solve, or the more times you can solve a problem, the more money, more success, and more you'll make, more success you'll have, and the more people you'll help. Now, you can solve a really big problem for 5 people, and you'll help 5 people very meaningfully. Or you can solve a small problem for 5 million people. Either way, you can solve the small problem for 5 million people for $1 each, or 5 people for $1 million each. Like, let's say I mentored you one-on-one and helped you build a $100 million business. Wouldn't you pay, $1 million to get that? Sure, 5 people would do that. I'm sure that's what 5 people paid Tony Robbins or Alex Hormozy. What's his name from Berkshire Hathaway? I'm sure people would pay $1 million to hang out with Warren Buffett. Maybe they have, maybe they don't. Maybe they I'm sure they pay that much to invest in his companies to hang out with him. Okay, so you can solve a big one, really massive one for 5 people, or a really small but significant problem for lots of people. We have to nurture people because they're not going to say yes on the first date. You need to message them. You need to meet with them, and you need to follow up with them and be like, "Hey, that was a great time. I'm looking forward to the next one. When would you like to meet again? Hey, Mrs. Jones, it was nice meeting you." Basically, what it looks like is happening is, even though it's your right knee that hurts when you stand on your left leg, your balance and your stability on your left side isn't working like it should. You could see that, right? Because you couldn't stand there for 10 seconds with your eyes closed. And when we got you in half kneeling, it was really hard on the left side. So what I'd love to do is meet with you again next week so we can start working on that. And then meet with you over the course of the next 4 or 5 weeks so we can help you feel, reduce the pain, fix the problem, and feel strong and confident. So, and I need to follow up with them in between visits. And at the end of each visit, I need to set a time for the next one. Ideally in PT, we'll be like, "Hey, here's a plan of care." But if you came on a date with me, you're like, "Hey, here's how the next 30 years are going to go," I'd be like, "Nope, see you later." So we can't overreach either. Even with our patients, I can be like, "Hey, I'm going to see you every month for the next 20 years." So I'll be like, "Wait a minute, let's solve this first problem." It's kind of like that. The better example is in my coaching business. Sometimes when I get on calls with PTs, we start talking about 3 years down the road. They haven't even thought about what 3 years looks like. They've only thought about what next month or next year looks like. And I ask them about next year, how much do you want to make? They go, "I don't know." I'm like, "Well, how much do you make in your current job?" $100,000. Okay. Or $85,000. Okay, great. We're going to make at least that next year, right? Yeah. Okay. And if we got you to $30,000, $25,000 in a month, would that be okay? And then they go, "Whoa, wait a minute. That's way too far down the road. I can't even imagine myself doing that." We also don't want to do that. That's like love bombing someone. I've done the same thing. I have to be careful. I have to get a read on who I'm talking to and see, because if I give you what I think is a vision that's way too big, even though I know you can do it because I've seen people just like you do it, it's going to scare you, and you're going to be like, "I don't know how to do that." And it feels like in order to make that much money, I got to work. If that's 5 times what I'm making now, I got to work 5 times as hard, 5 times as long, 5 times as much. Hey, what's up? It's Aaron. Real quick, if you already own a cash practice, you're already seeing patients, but you've struggled to really hit 5K months, or maybe now you finally quit your job or you got let go and you're ready to go all in and you'd like some help hitting 6 figures or more in the fastest time possible, you might be a great fit for our Cash PT Academy coaching program. In our Cash PT Academy, you'll get access to our extensive training vault, private Facebook community, bi-monthly coaching calls to get all your questions answered, and a personalized game plan every 90 days so you know exactly what to work on and when. If that's you, let's hop on a call, we'll brainstorm some ideas, and we'll make a plan. Just go to callwithaaron.com and book in a time. Or shoot me a message on Instagram with the word Academy, and we'll go from there. Now back to the show. Peace. But what you don't understand in business is a different game. Business is a very different game than being an employee. And dating is a different game than being married, and it's a different game than it was 25 years ago too, which is really funny. But the main thing is you've got to nurture leads. You got to solve problems, and you have to learn how to convert people into a sale. Because if you know that physical therapy is what this person needs, it's your ethical obligation to learn sales, and sales is not coercion. Sales is not convincing people. People ask me all the time, Aaron, how do I convince people to pay cash? I'm like, you don't. Someone's telling you to convince you. Here's how you convince people to pay cash. Don't listen to them. You don't convince people. You don't even have to show them. You don't show them. Here's how dope my house is. Look at this car that I drive. Look at this GK5000 machine. Look at our laser, our red light therapy. Look at how cool our dry needles are. They're really so small I can't even show them to you on TV because you won't be able to see them. Like the things that you can show people are not the cool things. It's not what's going to help them. And that's not the question in their mind. The question in their mind is, can this person help me? And how do we know if we can help someone? You learn that in PT school. You ask them questions. You have to ask the right questions about what's wrong, not about the steps, not about their handrail, not about how many times does grandma come and check on you, You got to ask them questions about what they want, where they see themselves, what the trouble is, what happened last time. If you go on a date, don't ask the person right away, like, what happened last time and why didn't it work out? But you can certainly do that, It wouldn't be the third question I ask. But, what was it about the last experience you had with PT that wasn't right? And why are you here today? And they'll be like, well, I went there and they just showed me exercises I could do at home on my own. Yeah, I know. I get it. I wouldn't go to that PT either. I can do those on my own at home. I will say one thing about that though. When people say to me, well, Aaron, you didn't teach me anything I didn't already know. I would say, well, if it's something you already knew how to do, why haven't you hit your goals? So, because it's either that it's the wrong thing. It's they didn't actually do it, but now that they have, or they needed something else to hit their goals. And that thing is intangible insights, and you can't walk home with it. And that's also what we do as PTs. We provide people, we don't just do dry needling and MFR and exercise therapy. We make decisions with our patients. We make critical decisions with our patients around what they need to do, because not all physical therapy is the same. And we both know that. Don't charge more for your critical decision making. Because people are going to pay the $200 to come see you for the eval, and then they're going to show up the next visit and they're going to write you a check for $200, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, I only charge $150 for the follow-ups. And they'll be like, that's okay, you can owe me $50 next time. And you'll be like, shit, I just left $50 on the table. Now the next time they're only going to pay me $100 for the visit. I made that mistake. Don't charge less for the follow-up visits, and don't charge per time. Charge for the results that you give people. Hopefully this is landing for you. I do want to say one thing is, your pipeline should always be full. And especially with your business. And the best way to do that is to use a software that allows you to collect leads even from social media, to follow up them, to text them, to message them, to email them, to send them, offers to create courses, etc. And for that type of thing, we use PT Marketing Machine. PT Marketing Machine is the number one software for physical therapy cash practices. It includes the EMR. It includes the Midnight booking assistant. It includes text and email follow-ups, online courses, forums, websites. We have a one-page website, a cash clinic website, all these things. Everything you need to run your business except a table and license and some other things, but all the marketing stuff that you need, plus the EMR, plus the payments. We do actually, with the EMR, we integrate it with Google Drive, which is $12 a month. And it's super quick, easy, and fast. And all the scheduling and all those things. And in that way, you can use your phone to send messages to people. You can use little text snippets. You probably won't use it for dating, but if you do some dating and you want to go on dating apps, it's called the Boards app, Boards, Boards app. I use it for two of my businesses and dating, because you send the same questions over and over again until you find someone you want to be with and you are no longer dating. But the Boards app is awesome. It's like $99 a year. One of the best apps I've ever paid for. It saves me tons of time having to think up stuff with my thumbs. You just like point and click, point and click, point and click. And if you've been on my Instagram, there's 3 types of messages you get. You get an auto reply from ManyChat. You get a message from me or someone on my team using the Boards app to touch and paste it in there. Sometimes you'll get an auto reply from PT Marketing Machine, so I guess that's the 4th one. And then there's the 4th kind is just the custom direct one from me because I'm in there. But that's what happens on there. It's a great app. I showed this to Jess. I was like, Jess, you got to use it. She's like, you use it for dating too? I'm like, uh-huh. Goes, why not? Because I got to send the same message many, many times. I do the same thing. Hey, would you like a free copy of my book? Yes, would love it. Okay, cool. Go to cashptblueprintbook.com. Just cover shipping and handling. We'll send it right out to you. Sound good? Great. I don't want to type that every time. So one of the things I'll say on a dating app is like, hey, nice to connect with you. What kind of music do you like? It's a great opening question. And if you're dating and you don't use that one, you should. It's really easy. So I think I don't have many notes, so I can't remember exactly if there's the whole order of this, but I just want you to understand that like there's a lot of lessons I learned from dating, but it's not just the dating. I already knew this stuff. It's like I took some of this marketing stuff into dating and made it work for me, and having fun, and your business should be fun. And so this whole thing, life should be fun. I think if you go into anything with, here's what I need to get out of it, and if I don't get that, I'm quitting or I'm disappointed, then you're going to have a really tough time, because you should enjoy the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey, because I tell my client, I told Owen Johnson this. I said, look, we're going to shoot for the stars, hit the moon. I was like, but once we've got goals, and we've got, once we start hitting our goal, if we hit our goals are too small. We need to set new goals. As we start approaching our goals, as our 1 year and 3 year goals, you have to start setting bigger ones. And that's why in our Platinum Mastermind, we meet 3 times a year to create a new game plan and go through our roadmap training, create a brand new game plan. So if you're interested in getting some more details on PT Marketing Machine, or even chatting about working together to see how we can help you grow your business, you can always go to callwithaaron.com. Check out the details on the page, check out the videos, and book in a time for a free 15-minute chat with me. The call is free. I don't know why I do it for free, but I will. I do it for free because what I want to do is give you an opportunity to get to know me, know that I'm a real person on the other side of the screen, see that my red hair is real, and chat a little bit. Really, it's not about me, though. It's about you, where you are, where you want to go. We start building some goals, uncovering the hidden opportunities and bottlenecks in your business. And if I can help you, and only if I think I can help, we'll talk about the next steps. There's nothing to sell you on this call. If I can help you, we just book in another time to talk about how. If I can't, I let you know politely, try to point you in the right direction. Like I had someone the other day was asking, what legally do I need to put together to open up a cash practice inside of an existing in-network business? I was like, you need to talk to a lawyer. I can help you with the marketing and these other pieces, but if that's the main concern, just talk to a healthcare lawyer and get that taken care of. If you're coming in to grow and scale a physical therapy cash practice or convert from in-network to out-of-network and add cash, grow an online business, whether it's coaching therapists or directed consumers, I'd love to help you out. I've helped hundreds of people, thousands of people actually do the same. So go to callwithaaron.com, book in a time to chat, and we'll see you on the next episode. Adios. Hey, what's up? It's Aaron. Thanks for listening to the show. Whenever you're ready, here's 3 ways I can help you grow your physical therapy business. Number 1, grab a free copy of my book. It's the roadmap to launch, grow, and scale your physical therapy business. Go to cashptblueprintbook.com or DM me the word book over on Instagram, and I'll send you a link to get it shipped to you for free. Number 2, join our Cash PT Blueprint case study program. I'm putting together a new case study group this month. And if you'd like to work with me to launch a 6-figure cash practice and start seeing patients in just 90 days, send me a message over on Instagram with the words case study, and I'll reply back to you with all the details. Number 3, you can join our Cash PT Academy coaching group. I meet with dozens of successful cash practice owners weekly on Zoom to solve business headaches, brainstorm ideas, and teach the latest marketing and business building strategies and tactics. This is our coaching program that takes existing PT businesses and helps them scale to 6 and multiple 6 figures in just 12 to 24 months. If you've got a PT practice and you're ready to add $10K a month or more to your revenue, you may qualify to join us. Just DM me the word Academy over on Instagram and I'll set up a time to chat. And 4, for some reason, if you're not one of those and you own a business brand and you want to work with me directly to help you add 7 figures to your business or another $250K this year, and you're looking for private one-on-one coaching, VIP days, etc., and you'd like to maybe partner together in your existing business, send me a message with the word private. Tell me about your situation, what you want to work on together, and we'll set up a time to talk to. I'll see you next time. Peace.